Hello, grade 12s. I just thought I'd give you some video instruction today. Today, Wednesday, is going to be for the most part, well, not for the most part, for the whole part. I'm going to give you some time to start on your IRPs. Yesterday, I gave you a chance to sort of pick your topic and get into your topic. You should begin the research process today. Recall that on the first day of class, in the very first posting that I made under course materials, there's a PowerPoint that includes many legal research resources, right? Lots of different Canada-specific stuff, as well as JSTOR, which is a great historical resource. And for this assignment, you're going to find a lot more on that, given the subjects about Indigenous issues as well as Quebec. Okay, some of the other ones you might not find on there, with regards to cybercrimes, Russia, etc., but we'll see. Okay, so as I mentioned in the grade 12 Canadian and international law chat thing today, I have a bit of an announcement to make with regards to the exam. Okay, so your IRP is your exam. Okay, and obviously this year we're doing things differently due to the plague. So what we're going to do is just, as I say, make this essay that I assigned you yesterday, or today I guess it is officially, right? That's your exam. Okay, now I know there's a lot in one mark. Okay, but again, preparing you for university, that's one part of it. Number two, and this is my rationale, I think it makes a lot of sense. Would you rather have something that's worth that much due over the course of 3 weeks where you can work on it, get help, etc., or have a portion of that come down to one test where you just vomit out all your information in an hour and a half to 2 hours, right? I figure this is an assignment, follow the process, you can do a lot better on it, right, than on other things, right? So I've confirmed that with the school. There will not be a formal sit-down exam for this, which means that we can make the due date for the essay during the exam period even, right? Which means you have more time, okay? I'll be in touch when I know exactly what the essay exam period or the exam period is, okay? It's going to be the last week of May, but stay tuned, right? You've got lots of time, okay? Now, one of the ways of making this work is essentially making sure that we meet our interim deadlines, right? For many of you, and I've done this spiel for a few of you guys who've had me before, for writing anyways, but is to make sure that we build the skills, meet you where you are with essay writing, right? This is the most important. This is the marquee skill you need to learn to go into university, right? And resisting the process, coming up with a working thesis, a thesis period, outlining things like this is going to be fruitless for you, right? I know people don't like showing their work, but that's how you have to do it. That's how you become a better writer. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works, right? Also, essay format is essay format is essay format, right? I've included a guide in the assignment page for the IRP that should outline sort of a nice little guide on how to write an essay. But I'll also be going through it, blow by blow over the weeks with you to make sure that we are on the same page, okay? The first thing, and this is going to be due a week from today, or I guess it's not today because this is Wednesday's video, but next Tuesday after Easter, is by then you should have a working thesis, okay? What is a thesis? This is my expectation for a thesis. A thesis for me needs to be two things. Number one is arguable, right? You need to be able to ask yourself the following question. Is it possible for someone to disagree with me on this subject? If that is true, then you have an arguable thesis. Okay, that's the first part. Number two, it needs to be clear. Okay. Oftentimes, the biggest mistake people make, they understand it needs to be arguable, but the biggest mistake that people make is they do stuff like make their thesis really hard to understand, right? They'll make it super complicated and we don't understand what you're saying, right? That takes a little bit more nuance, and it's more, when you see it, but we'll work on brainstorming, workshopping that as we go through this process. Okay. So for today, Wednesday, again, you're working on your essay. beginning preliminary work on your IRP. It's sort of class time, right? And we'll get back to the other stuff we're doing tomorrow, Thursday, going into next week. Okay. Any questions? Again, I'm available. And as I say, I'm going to stagger out sort of the lessons, so to speak, on writing to try and, give you guys some time to get into your subjects, but also to provide that support on an ongoing basis rather than just delivering it all at the beginning and then, that's it, So with that said, I hope that makes sense. For those of you who I don't have your topics yet, I want an email as soon as possible because, I need to know what you're doing and what you're working on because, you're still supposed to be doing all this stuff, right? So yeah, with that, I guess have a good afternoon, have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.